Okay. Wanted to stream this part, but got too many annoyances. I don't think I'd be able to. Oh well.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur.
Is it not Envoy?
And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Oh, I need to turn that. There we go.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
He's so wide-eyed.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
I love how he doesn't address him as father.
Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
We're working towards the same goal. Why would we try to...
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks. Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Oh boy, do I have a tale to tell you guys.
Did you hear something just now?
Oh. What on earth? Oh no. Pudding. Oh.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
I thought it was gonna be something bad. Hold up 1 second.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
I have to check on the dog.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose, ere I procure more suitable garments.
Jeez.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Aetheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvellous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Uriange's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important, as am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperids made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
I like the second option.
I am no esteemed philosopher of Eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all. Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Putting away in the background.
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Oh, well, that was quick. Did I say Master Functional was not, or was this nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Highland's lunar custodians? Let's also discover they have much and more to offer to the Forum. Nicely just return to the Annex. Yep. May I have time to discuss recent adventures Airweird summoned to Rostra. Alright. Beth Ironheart. Oh, wait. Oh, sightseeing log. Okay. Endwalker entries. Okay. Must be level 80 or above to. Okay. Okay, cool. I thought that was gonna be some other thing. Not that I really do sightseeing log to begin with anyways, so I just never bother. That's weird. Oh. I'm done playing Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I the extolling virtues of Theris, who did inadvertently awaken in the Lopert's desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Raul tells us that you've obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are starting to be greater interest, and so I'd rather hear them first. To what revelations did Hydaelyn's Albus flower lead? And this dynamis is what drives the final days. Yep. If it and Akasha are one, the same, this all but proves Nidana's theory. We're an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. If our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Tian. Or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she's been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, destruction of Aetheris. Our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim: to defeat Medion. Make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion, we deliver the world from the final days, but to even attempt it, there are two conditions. We need to go to the fucking edge of the universe. There's one. 2, we have to figure out where that is. 3, I don't know. First, we must determine her location. Okay, yep, I said that. Before Medion escaped, enchantment was placed upon her by Venat, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. Implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Venat you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. Oh, did I skip something? Oh, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Yeah, okay, so I did accidentally skip part of it. Oops, no. Do you suppose that she abandoned her pursuit of Medion? That, I know would never give up. That's my impression too, otherwise she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe that she's been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. Possibly. So what's the second condition? Let's find a means to reach Medion. See, I knew it. I laid out those two conditions. Actually, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with Hydaelyn must by necessity come first. Did you and Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Ehrenwald and other Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the anti-tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. Okay. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, but closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. What timing? Can explain everything there. Father was able to persuade them. Yep, that's good. They're finally taking it seriously. Let's see what they have to say. Or hear. See, hear. Think. Feel. I don't know. Alright, so speak with the steward. The roster, okay. So just go there. Forum is in session, and as such, roster is closed of visitors. Sound of the Seventh Dawn. Very well. You may enter. You may wait in the corridor. First entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door, lest you forget. The sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. All right. I'm entering with my weapon. Got my weapon on my back. Whee. Let's see here. I need to plug my phone in. Charge.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far. Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at their request on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glaciers. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
They have to allow us to do it. Or agree to our terms. I'll be pissed if their dad says no or doesn't agree.
71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it.
Damn.
Fortuno, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Damn, he did not want. Jeez.
Very well.
Did not want to agree to our terms. Wow.
Call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Wow. Okay. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. Oops, my alarm went off. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. Jeez, he freaking improvised all that on the spot. Well, for the most part. But since we require both a means of communicating with Hydaelyn and reaching Medion, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves to completion of the arc as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. We must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the Aether Burner. I'd like to think it's not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an Aether Burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Okay. Damn, 500,000 XP? Sheesh. Okay, hold up. I will be right back. Oops. Arsenal's ability to maintain a stiff upper lip is being sorely tested. Instructor also take you to see the Aether Burner. Meet me outside the Archon. Archean? I don't know. I trust that you can make your own way there. Jeez. The Ark's being built in Labyrinthos. Really surprising, or else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? True. Oh wait, okay, hold on. I think I gotta go this way, right? Oh, is this a sightseeing log? Or for the sightseeing log, I should say. Yeah, I'll come back to that later, I guess. Oh yeah, right. There's still parts of this place that I haven't visited yet. Excuse me. My stomach's killing me. Need something to eat. I'll do that in a bit. Get something to eat in a bit. Now, I wonder what this Aether Burner looks like. Definitely gonna be interesting. Also, I'm stupid. I could have just... Maybe actually, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I could just teleport there, but there's no Aethernet shard over here. Near the gate area or whatever. Destination lies in lower levels. 4 minutes. Wisdom has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Step inside and have Awfuline take you to the medial circuit. Okay. Wish to use the lift? Yes. Yep. Send your associates ahead to... What's that? Justicon Alpha? On the other side of Mariel Ergonomics. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to... No, never mind, it can wait. Let's attend to the matter at hand. What do my children think of me? I don't know. Maybe that's what he was wondering. I have no idea. Okay, cannot go that way. Gotta go this way. Man, my sinuses. Distracted archivist. You give me an aether current. I'll do that later. Straight garlic and stray egg. Oh, excuse me. Man. Man, I should open up these coffers and sell the gear. Sure, prices have normalized by now though, so. That's to adjust the blah blah blah. We're gonna wait here while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here, being logistic on Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Huh. Water is drawn from underground, disperses vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. Manipulating the temperature and air circulation are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of biological samples kept here. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Father brought me here as a child. Huh. What? Left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when we went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It's all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of complex mechanisms employed by the Loporrits and recreating similar environment, I've come to view such processes in a new light. Subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Hydaelyn unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits the theorists, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the Great Exodus. But that's not all. It's also testing ground for technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Okay. Makes sense. Though the Loporrits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I've arranged for all of you to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out. Construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public and access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions. You'll have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We'll prove ourselves worthy of our trust. Your trust. Then let us proceed. Down the lift we go. Clear the forum. Excuse me, science of 7 are permitted to enter the central circuit. Yes. Wow, that's really... Wow. The Aether Burn is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work is Kokol Denkol? I don't know. After whom the forge is named. Once necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss particulars. This way. Alright. Let me see here. This place kind of reminds me of Alpes in a way. Kokol's Forge. Okay, I just wanted to get the XP. Oh, you're a Lala.
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost me eyebrows.
I love his accent.
Think, Kogel, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, masterful, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Ether Burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperites?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut? That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours. What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Heavensward, huh?
This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-Sword expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I love this guy.
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer.
Oh, Sigurd.
I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
Pirate guy.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Stuff like these were reminded of how famous or infamous Alphino's become. Who would have thought that he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? Yeah, no kidding. As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Okay. And yeah, who might that be? That's for me to know and for you to find out. Heidelin. I'm calling it right now. It's Heidelin. On that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. I'm sure that's what she's talking about, or who she's talking about, rather. I'm sure she's going to try to commune with Heidelin. Oh, what's happening in old, Yeah, we haven't been to Ul'dah in a while.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Theurgeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it.
Wow.
The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ul Namo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Okay, they're just gonna take us through. Excuse me. Now, all of the other regions and fill us in, I guess, on what their plans are.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Oh, it's Elise.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiencies so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already...
Yep. Chiffon.
That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Ooh, music. Interesting. Actually, I just want to listen to this for a bit. Oh, okay. I wish the lyrics were playing. Friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics. We'll only know if they meet your requirements once they've arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? You've already done more than enough. If I'd say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allegan technology. You there, lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. That he does. If only Master Coco knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a rapper, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this will be going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. Confident as I am that we'll succeed, let's be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. And if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. True. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful boogers? If you have a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlie and Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. That lot need all the help that they can get. Well then, off we go. Do you like that the music picked up? I do want that Stormblood theme though with Sam Carter to start playing at some point. Oh, it's gotta be like my favorite part. Or it's a tie between either that one or the Charlian theme that's playing on loop at the moment. I don't know what the name of the song, that part of the song is, but I'll call it like, I don't know, Song of Hope or something, I guess. Definitely a tie between those two for sure. Oh, excuse me. Well, I can tell a lot of people actually live down here. Or a lot of the people actually live here. I don't know how much help you can offer, but I dare say that they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration scholar. I don't remember how to say his name. The old man guy mentioned. Start by asking around ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Aetherite once our work is done. Yep. No, you cannot phase through walls. I wish you could. Open with the Arc, even with all the power Master Kokol's managed to squeeze out of the Aether Burner, it's still not enough apparently. Now I hear that the final days have arrived. The horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the Exodus sooner. People are dying and there will be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan and all will be well. Oh, hello. Are you one of those new helpers? Working on the Aether Burner. Oh dear, I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I'd choose that over my current duties, checking and loading samples day in and day out. It's tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The farm's got enough on their plate as it is. What with deciding who gets to board the Ark and what and when. A lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Falchino and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? I don't know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. Offering to help? It's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of the things that we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose is our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, though I'll be a lot busier after we depart. You hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. Oh boy, you're in for a surprise. I do hope that they're enormous looming giants. Why, I'd much prefer something small and fluffy. That behathered rabbit that ran by. Oh, he did see them, he just doesn't realize that it's them. Well, he's in for a pleasant surprise then once he does finally formally meet them. To meet at the Aetheryte, right? Oh, search for the rabbit? Damn it. Okay, I'm assuming it's gonna be near the Aetheryte. Yeah, it's like over here somewhere. Let's see, where are you? Something way, growing way, okay. Or is it living way? Oh, it must have been living way. Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, likewise, not really. Friends in the forum brought us here to see their teeny tiny toy boat. It was quite impressive considering that they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Aetheryte itself. Though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. Aetheryte? I don't know. We're hoping to find hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears that they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare and they're still not ready. Suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around. Or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Oriange and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Wise guides, wise guy. I get it. Alright, but I'll leave that part here. And get on with the next one in a little bit.